go. That's
Wait, here you go.
nice. Here we go. Here we go.
Am I dead? Am I dead?
Alive. You're very much alive.
What was that?
What do you think it was?
I don't know. It could have been 6:10. It could have been 7:10.
It was 7:15.
So how does she do it? How does an actor train for a few weeks and get good enough to hold her breath for 7 minutes and 15 seconds? By the way, the record overall is over 24 minutes, so she's far from that. But how do these people do it? So what happens when you hold your breath? Well, your oxygen levels start to drop and your carbon dioxide levels start to rise. But luckily, we have these things called chemoreceptors in our neck and at the base of our brains that are constantly monitoring oxygen and carbon dioxide levels. And when that oxygen drops below a certain point, or particularly when the carbon dioxide rises above a certain point, which happens first, those chemoreceptors will tell your lungs to breathe. In fact, they will create such a strong urge to breathe at a certain point that you will not be able to resist it. You will have an involuntary breath, even if you're underwater. Two things that Kate Winslet did. The first is that she breathed 100% oxygen for several minutes before going under. By doing that, she increased the amount of oxygen in her body so that she had more time before that oxygen level drifted down below the level where her chemoreceptor would give her that air hunger. The other thing that happens, at least in some people, when your oxygen levels are really high in the body, is that your chemoreceptor response to carbon dioxide gets blunted. So the body then is less sensitive to the increasing levels in carbon dioxide. The second thing she did is she hyperventilated, which means she took many rapid deep breaths before going under to blow off as much carbon dioxide as possible. And what that does is it means you start your breath hold with a lower amount of carbon dioxide and you have more time before that carbon dioxide rises and crosses the threshold where your chemoreceptor is going to make you breathe. And you can try this. If you hyperventilate before going underwater, you will be able to hold your breath a lot longer. The challenge is that if you do this without also giving yourself oxygen before you do it, you could go underwater and have your oxygen levels drift down to a dangerously low level before your carbon dioxide is picked up by your chemoreceptors and makes you come up to the surface. And if that happens, you can have what's called a shallow water blackout. Now I can't watch this scene without thinking of pulmonary physiology.